Watch how I transform these nails into these nails. Stay tuned. It's Bree back with another YouTube video. Thank you so much for the love on my last video. If nails is your niche, join my clique and subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right, so of course today we are starting out with sculpted nails. So as you see, I am putting the nail forms on all of the nails. I spoke in my last video about these nail forms. I got these from Amazon. I don't like them, but I do like them at the same time. They are extremely sticky, so I like that because they stay on. But, you know, they do not really cater to the shape of a natural nail bed. So I always have to doctor these nail forms. One of my nails had a gap in between my nail bed and the nail form. So what I like to do is take the tab that is on the nail form and stick it out a little bit. As you see here, that's what I'm doing, measuring to make sure that it's comfortable for me to build my nail extension. On this next nail, I had to cut around the nail bed area in order for it to fit properly. So with that being said, you have to really be mindful of the length of the nails being different, even if you sculpt it all the way down to the same number on each nail, because you're adding length and subtracting length of the nail form. So yes, just be very mindful when you are doing your nails or working on a client and you are using forms and are having to cater each form to each nail. Be mindful that the lengths may come out a little bit different. Now with the thumbnail, you always are going to have to cut around the nail bed area in order for it to fit. That's on everyone's nail because naturally the thumb is wider and bigger than the other nail beds. Before you put the nail forms on, you want to make sure that you already have your nail beds prepped, cuticles pushed back, the nail bed lightly buffed, and then once I put my nail forms on, as you've seen, I went ahead and put my primer on. I always use Young's Nails pH Bond because it is the best, okay? It has not forsaken me out of all of these years that I've been doing nails. I honestly was not going to post this video because I was like, oh my goodness, this process looks so crazy. But I honestly felt like this video will be very relatable to beginner nail techs and how to recover from a set that, could be a little scary when you first starting out, and you can turn it into gold, right? So alchemy at its finest. Y'all are finna learn some alchemy right now. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for your comments and subscribing to my new YouTube channel. And I really appreciate you all's patience. I have been doing a lot of work at my salon. So if you have not heard, in my last video, I am opening a beauty and art salon in my area. And so that has been taking a lot of my time. And that is what is causing the delay of this video being posted. But I can guarantee you that I'm going to have a better schedule of posting these videos, for your liking. So once again, thank you all. So to keep the chevron shape, uniform, I pulled out my handy dandy tool here. And as you see, I am pressing into the acrylic as it is kind of wet, but not all the way wet. And I was having a little trouble there. But that's how I use the tool. I really feel that I should have put a little more acrylic for the nude. But as you've seen, the nails turned out fine. So you'll see me go back and forth with applying the acrylic and using the tool to imprint the chevron shape that I'm going for. This is so, one nail can dry and I can continue on applying the acrylic to the other nail and that nail can dry. Just keeping a flow going, keeping the time managed, because who wants to be sitting around doing nails for 3 hours? Whenever you are prepping the natural nails, you do want to make sure that they are as short as possible. A lot of my clients who like to keep their natural nail length, I do, use the forms. However, tips are fine as well, but I just feel like the forms keep it at a natural look versus the tips can kind of look a little bulky, kind of look a little unnatural. So the clients who like the nails to look more natural, more sleek, I use the forms. For clients who are they just like the traditional route, I'll pull out those tips. I'm not discriminatory towards tips. I will be posting videos on how to utilize tips and tip applications. And I may even do a difference between the two so you can see how it looks on the nail when you use tips versus forms. With this set, I used all acrylic. I didn't use any polish at all. As you see, I had that white acrylic earlier. That's a powder that I had made out of mica powder. So if you are low on funds and you would like to have an array of acrylic colors, get you some mica powder from Amazon and put some clear acrylic with it, and boom, there you go. So on that nail, I kind of bit a little bit off, bit more than I could chew off. So I had to add some more acrylic onto the nail. I try to use this tool because it's easier than trying to make sure that they are straight. I used to file. I used to take the nail form out, file each shape, each chevron shape, and then put the nail form back on and then put the acrylic back on. That's just too much time and energy, right? So this tool does help. I'm not going to lie, but it does have some cons. As you can see, it can get, it can mess up the shape a little bit, but it's much better than trying to, take the forms off, file it, and then put them back on. That's just too much. So the cover powder I'm using is the Mia Secrets Covered Pink. I've always used this acrylic at the beginning of my journey, and it's probably going to flow with me into the end of my journey. Who knows? I may come up with my own products. I just have a lot of ideas that have been flowing through my mind. But yeah, Mia's Secret is easy accessible. You can get it right there on Amazon, and you can get them in different sizes. This color pink is so favorable to all of my clients. I have clients who just wants me to do a full set in this cover pink, and they love it because it has like a little shimmer to it. I might do a little razzle dazzle, put some diamonds or 3D art on there. But for the most part, this pink gives. As you see, I'm going in with the white acrylic. When you are doing smile lines, chevron shaped nails, you want to make sure that you are pushing the white acrylic up against the wall of the nude acrylic. And this to make sure that there's no gaps in between the acrylic. You just want to make sure that the nail is bulky as well. So you just want to keep a natural shape going, and by pushing it up against the wall of the nude acrylic, this will ensure that you have no gaps and that you are maintaining the natural look of the nail. And you don't have to worry if you get some white on the nude area. That's fine, because you're going to file it all off. Not all off, excuse me, but you're going to file it off. This will make the nail more smooth and seamless and expose that chevron line. This video is great for beginners who want to learn how to do the French style nails, whether it's the chevron style or the actual smile line. But this technique is beginner friendly. This is why I did it this way. Once we get done putting all the white at the end of the nails, filling it in, we are going to file it with an electric file to, make it look more clean. So the size brush that I'm using is a size 12. You don't want a brush that is too big because you will not have as much control of your beads. So it's best to use a smaller size brush than the brush that you normally use. This size brush is the brush that I use for fill-ins and, like I said, doing my smile lines and, you know, color blocking, all of those more detailed sets. If you're interested in seeing how I do my fill-ins, comment down below and let me know. Also, any feedback that you have, I'm open to positive feedback and how I can make my channel better. And anything that you may want to see from this channel, throw that in the comment section as well. This is the beginning stages of this channel. So, with me being a newbie, I'm so open to suggestions and positive criticism. As you can see, I'm taking the forms off the nails that are dry. And as I'm doing the thumbnail, I'll let those other nails dry. And as the thumbnail is drying, I will take those nail forms off to keep the flow going. So just a little fun fact about me. I have been licensed as a cosmetologist for about 5 years now. I have done nail classes, nail courses. I am opening myself up to do some online classes and courses. At first, I was traveling and going to different cities to teach, beginner nail techs how to master their skills. But I'm thinking about doing more online presence and getting an online course to make it very self-paced because that's a lot of information within one day. So let me know if you think that's a good idea. You seen me fold that towel and set that to the side. So I'm still going to need to use that paper towel in order for me to go over the nails again with clear after I file them. This is just to make sure that the structure is still there and to not have to worry about, uh-oh, I filed too much. Don't worry about that. You can just put some clear on top. I'm going to show you how to do that. I chose this bit specifically because it would hit the key areas. The key areas you want to make sure you file is the line that is in between the white and the nude acrylic, just to make sure that you can get that chevron look. You can make it look as clean and as neat as possible. This is a kind of a difficult task, but you'll begin to see it. It'll look crazy as you've seen, but once you get the filing, it'll begin to look better. I only focused on the electric file. I did not pull out my hand file just yet because I'm going to go over the top with clear acrylic to make sure that my structure is there, that my apex is there, okay? Now I'm ready to take the nail form off and file the thumbnail. Now that I'm done filing, I'm going to get right into the clear acrylic. Of course, after cleaning the nails, right? You want to make sure there's no debris on the nails because you don't want to encapsulate any debris inside of the nail. There's my paper towel that I had set to the side. I just pulled that thing right on back out. So you see me looking at the nail, looking from the side, looking down the barrel of the nail to make sure that my structure is there. So here I'm not using very big beads. Like I said, I'm just trying to fill in to get some structure there. I really wanted to show you all the imperfections just to show that even us professionals, we're not perfect, right? Even the nails that we start don't always finish how we want them to go. But the best thing to do is to go with the flow. Hey, that was a bar. So I do want to do a story time. It won't be in this video, but I was thinking about for upcoming videos, doing a story time while y'all are watching the nails, learning about my life. If that's something you're interested in, story time about my clients, what I be having going on, let me know. Put that in the comments. I want story time and you'll get some story time. Okay. I think I'm gonna implement that anyways. It doesn't matter if you comment or not. So one of the biggest things when you are applying acrylic is you want to always make sure that you are tilting your finger down so the product work with you and not against you, right? So if your product is not working well, check out your liquid, make sure it's not dirty, check your brush, make sure it's not dirty, and make sure that you have the correct ratio of liquid and powder, okay? And if you don't like a bead, put that bead down. Don't you dare put that bead on that nail. You put that bead down and you pick up another bead, okay? This keeps your work clean, okay? Don't be skimpy with acrylic. Get it right, okay? Don't. It doesn't matter if it's the first time, even if it's the third time. Just make sure that it's the correct bead. Now that I've finished applying the clear acrylic, I'm going to file these nails and be back. If you're interested in seeing how I file my nails, comment down below that you would like to see me file my nails, and I'll show you my file routine. I don't mind doing that at all. But now you see me putting the gel clear top coat on. The brand that I use is Kupa. That's Kupa, Kupa. And you can get this on Amazon.com. I love it because it is super shiny. As you can see, some of the imperfections that came about from doing this set, which is perfectly fine because we're going to transform these nails, okay? Stay tuned to see how we transform these nails. Now, after I do my first coat, I always go in with the second coat of clear to make sure they are super shining. So as they come out, you see they're super shiny. This is the second coat right there. You can see some of the imperfections, but we're going to clear that up. So with this set, I decided to go in and do some green flowers to give it like a pop of color. With my left hand, my right hand, excuse me. With my right hand, I ended up doing a green chevron set with white flowers to kind of like, make it look different. My biggest thing when I'm doing my nails is I like to be very different. I like to do my very different sets on my nails because I get so many compliments on my nails when I'm out. And it's so fun to tell people, yeah, I did my nails. I did these. And they be like, what? And I'd be like, yeah. So I always try to either make both hands look different because that makes people be like, why did you do that hand different? Or, it just strikes up conversation, not only with women, but with men too. So hint, 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 hint. When you are doing 3D art, it is very vital to work with small beads, okay? You don't want it to be too bulky, right? And you want the product to be able to maneuver fairly easily, and it's easier for you to control, right? You can always build it up. You can always add more, but you can't take it off, once it dry. So make sure that when you're doing 3D art, you want to work with small beads. I highly recommend that people really learn how to do 3D art, because that will set you aside from a lot of nail techs. There's a lot of nail techs who do not know how to do 3D art, right? So I may, post a video about that. If you are interested in learning how to do some 3D art, I can add that to our schedule. Just comment down below and let me know. Once you get the hang of the 3D art, you can start doing all types of nails, okay? I've done seashell nails. I've done all types of nails. I've created some American Horror Story nails. I've done all types of things because I practice with these flowers, and then I practice with my brush how to pick up the beads how I want them to be. Not only that, learning the acrylic as well helps a lot. So using that pink powder acrylic to learn how to do the 3D would be the best way to go about it, right? Because it is the most thickest acrylic. So if you can start with the thickest acrylic, you should be a-okay. Once you master that, you will be just fine. You can pick up any bead with your 3D brush, no matter what type of acrylic it is. I taught myself how to do 3D art at the very beginning of my nail journey. I highly suggest that, you guys go ahead and learn that skill, because like I said, not only is it good lucrative skill to learn, right? Not a lot of people know how to do it, right? Also, it's quick, and it can add more definition to your nail art, your nail designs. Once I get done with my 3D art, of course I have to add diamonds. I mean, for real, how can you do your own nails and not add the diamonds? Like, I just feel like diamonds are a girl's best friend, and they just make the nails look more glam. Even though this is a simple set, the diamonds really set it off, okay? So what I used to put my diamonds on and secure them for a long time, I use hard gel, clear hard gel, and that helps me be able to maneuver, okay? I didn't show me putting the diamonds on all of the nails, just the thumb here, but it's, as you can see, it's easy for me to put them on for them to maneuver. And if I mess up, I don't like where I put it at, I can take it off and put another color on it. I'm just not stuck with where I place it at, and I don't have to rush. This is great for beginners. That hard gel, and it's clear, okay? I use IBD. I think that's the brand, IBD. And I get the small one, and it lasts me so long. I just use a regular dotting tool to put the gel on there and to pick up my diamonds. And, voila, this is the finished product. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching again. If you have any suggestions on the next set that I should do, comment down below.